Sanibonani, Dumelang Absheni. Hello and welcome to Tsa-Sgela with Gao. My name is Moronga Gao, but you guys can call me KG. As you guys, sorry. So today's episode, shame. Driver di flamachini today, guys. Today, siya in Namibia, but siya flyer, siya a Czech Republic.
Namibia. Why are you choosing Namibia out of all places?
Please. So today's episode, ne, like puchadi mabitso abatho. So we are not tla re botsa gore lebitso la gae ke mang, mara ke tlo le balela bio ya gae gore who he is, o etsang, o driver jwang di fly machine.
I drive, right? Fly, why driving?
What the flyer? Hey, Spelani. So
on the ground, you fly above.
We are joined by an accomplished aviation enthusiast with a contagious passion for flight. Born and raised in Tembisa, he has taken his love for aviation to new heights, earning his private pilot license recently and allegedly.
How are you not sure? These two parts are stating it. I have two parts.
So he has earned his private pilot license and serving as a dedicated cabin crew member for one of SA's leading airlines. With a unique blend of technical expertise and customer service experience, he offers a captivating perspective on the aviation industry. From the thrill of soaring through the skies to the intricacies of airline operations, he is here to share his insights, stories, and expertise. Buckle up and join us as we explore the world of aviation with him. So you're not mang, maybe u flyile out. Too much. But yeah, he'll tell us who he is.
Well, I mean, you've done.
Hi, how are you?
I'm fine with yourself.
I'm good.
Hello guys. Don't forget to subscribe, yeah?
Batung. I saw no, rude. How? Batung, subscribe.
It's important.
Hi, how are you, sir?
I'm right to yourself, ma'am.
I'm good.
Good, man.
What's your name?
Well, my name is MXOLISI MLANGENI.
Where?
Yebo, that's the one.
Langa.
Why is everyone always referring to it Langa?
Langer.
Please.
Okay, sorry. Mlangeni. Okay.
Yes. Actually I grew up in Tembisa. Now I reside in Beshley, next to Tembisa. But I grew up in Tembisa. I went to Joshua King Learning Academy. That's where I matriculated. And then after matric, that's where majority of my aviation life began.
I just said.
I just said. I just came.
Anyway, okay. So before we get into your journey, as Kibona the private pilot and don't lady so we're gonna play a game.
Okay.
I have 13 questions. A mixture of quiz questions about aviation.
Okay.
And some just random questions in G.
Okay.
So go internet. Found them from the internet. So whatever they say here, now I'm going to take it here.
Okay.
Right? So the first question, what does a FAA stand for?
FAA, that's Federal Aviation Authority.
Okay. Authority and administration, is it the same thing?
I don't want to say yes, I don't want to say no.
Okay, let's leave it like that. Let's leave it like that. What are the 4 forces of flight?
4 forces of flight. Oh my days.
We enter physics. You did physics.
Of flight, it is gonna be lift, weight, drag, and thrust.
What is altitude in aviation measured in?
It is measured in feet.
Okay. Come out.
Not with my legs. What's going on? Not with my feet. What's transpiring?
At what age can you receive your PPL?
You're supposed to be 17 years old, then you can qualify for a PPL.
Oh. Is it PPL?
PPL, yeah.
Oh. PPL, not BBL.
Aibo, what PPL now?
Random question. What's the best place you've ever traveled to and why?
What's the best place I've ever traveled to? Oh, that is a Okay, wow.
Yeah. Shapile ka bombastic.
Thing is,
Random
thing is, the places
question.
I went to, they all look beautiful. I understand. I wouldn't say I really have a
Nice.
yeah. I like Durban, so I also don't want to be like biased. Understand? So wow.
Not even international. Can't you? How Maya?
Okay, I would say personally, I would say Vilanculo. Vilanculo is in Mozambique. That place is very beautiful. That ocean there, oh my days, it is very beautiful.
So how many days do you spend when you go there? Or to a place?
Usually we go there, we do it there and back. We get there, passengers get off, others get
And
in,
then
we fly back. And then we have certain places where we sleep in, understand?
Oh.
For example, we do sleep in Zimbabwe, Harare. We sleep in Windhoek, in Namibia. Also, we sleep in Maputo, which is in Mozambique. And then domestic, we sleep in Durban, PE, Cape Town, Maritzburg as well. I think also Nelspruit as well. I'm not sure if I'm naming all of the places that we get to sleep.
Nelspruit kay Mpumalanga?
Yeah, it's in Mpumalanga, yes.
Okay. And then how many days?
Usually you get there quite late. Next thing in the morning, first thing.
Wavuga.
Yeah, absolutely. Out again. Hey, it's just life is very tough.
1 week nyana.
I wish.
Manje would want to join the ocean.
Well, for example, when you're flying in that place, if it's like during the day, you can see what's there, and also I don't want to say something.
Oh, you see from...
Yes, it's from the aircraft as well. And also when you get there to the place as well, for example, those places that I mentioned that we do sleep there, obviously when you arrive there nice and early, we do go out, go check out the place, what's there, check out the locals as well. And then the next morning you're out again. Yeah.
And then what does ICAO stand for?
ICAO?
Yona eo phela ke tse hore ke ICAO na ke re ICAO wena re ICAO ke eng ICAO
it's pronounced ICAO. Wow. Can we skip that one?
Oh, you don't want to mention it?
No, not that I don't want to mention it. That one caught me off guard, and
you don't know what
just say you put me in the spot. I do know, it's just that I forgot it. So that's the thing. That's why I'm asking if we can skip. Maybe I'll try to remember it as we go on with that.
Okay. We'll come back to the question. What's
I know it's aviation organization, civil aviation organization.
Yeah, and then
the I, that's the problem.
International
civil.
I
was there though.
What is the name of the largest aircraft manufacturer in the world?
One of the largest.
Name of the largest. Not what is one.
Oh, name of the largest. I would say between Boeing and Airbus.
Okay. Mogi Boeing.
Oh, nice. Perfect. Yes.
And then just a random question. What is one misconception people have about aviation?
They think that you need to have the brains to work in aviation. They think that you must have 98% maths and physics, everything. And that's not it. That's not it. Majority of the people, I feel like they discourage because of that. When they want to join into aviation, they're like, but the requirements, I 98%, I need to know maths and physics and story. And it's not like that, majority of the things.
So what are the requirements?
Well, it depends also on the department that you want to work on.
Okay.
And also some requirements, they just there, you understand, for for them to make it easier for themselves to select whoever they want. You understand? It's the same thing as if you want to be an accountant, for example, you must go to school, get that certificate to be an accountant, and then you can apply wherever you're applying with their requirements, understand? So it's basically more or less like a benchmark for them that if you're above this, we can take you. You can still be below and they'll still take you as well, but
really?
First preference always goes most above.
Guys, go fly the machine.
You don't necessarily need, for example, let's talk about being a pilot. To be honest, you don't necessarily need maths and physics and all that story. You're going to need maths, physics, and English if you're going to be applying for those bursaries, understand? For example, like the SACAA bursary, they want you to have level 5 in maths, physics, and English, understand? So that's the requirement. If you want to apply for them, you understand? But if you want to pay for yourself individually, which I don't recommend this one. So that's the thing. So
they think you need to have...
Exactly. So that's the problem.
So Lena Musungaya, even if
most definitely, yes.
Oh, okay, guys. Going to Aviation School. By what name was the South African Airways originally known before Iba SAA?
Before it was SAA.
And this thing is very simple if you don't know it, but...
your question is putting me
go internet. I know one of the answers is there, so it's fine.
Wow. I'm not sure. Let's move on. I'll tell you. Let me think
Okay.
again. I'll tell you. It's tough.
I like that he's saying, I'll tell you. I'll still ask the questions.
It's okay. It's okay. I'll think about it as we go.
5 greatest things you've learned about life.
5 greatest things I've learned about life so far is that, first, number one is that we may have plans, but those plans may not always go the way we want, you understand?
Of course.
That's one thing I had to learn the hard way. You just gotta be patient as well. That's another thing that also learned. Patience is key. And being resilient, you understand? If you're gonna be stubborn, be stubborn. I'm one person that's stubborn. You see, if you're gonna, for example, like if you're gonna allow what the requirements have, and you're gonna be like, yeah, don't meet those requirements, I don't meet that. If you're gonna be that person, clearly you're not gonna go anywhere in life. You're gonna always be stagnant.
Oh, you mean you have to yes, work hard? You have to work hard.
In a way, yes. And also, because some days, even as you can work as hard as you can, but you may not get where you want to get, you understand? You will always get knocked down and story. But if now you're gonna be resilient and like push yourself towards it, no matter what you're facing, I believe that you're gonna make it in life eventually. If you don't give up, because this life is hectic. Yeah.
You mentioned resilience, patience. And
knowing that things
don't go as planned.
You plan them as well. And I also learned that you need to learn when to be calm as well. You understand? Because also there's some situations that you don't want to now get there making noise. You understand? Yeah, exactly. Being too forward in story. Because you know, you know, we live in these days where if you're gonna keep on telling people, yo, I'm doing this, I'm doing that, I'm doing this, there's some people with not so nice hearts, you understand?
Yeah.
So you need to learn when to be calm so that you can be reserved, so that you can avoid this thing of pronouncing things before they even happen, understand? So be calm, it will surely help you as well.
Don't say too much, basically.
Yeah, don't say too much, don't say too little. Say the, which is gonna be hard, but
that's life, guys. And then the fifth one?
The fifth one is stick with prayer. Prayer changes things. Prayer is
much as you can.
What you mean, Wena?
Wow, guys. Prayer.
Prayer changes things. Trust me, prayer does change a lot of things. If you're gonna kneel down, talk to God, don't talk to him as if like you want things to happen now. Don't talk to him also when you want something. Even if something didn't happen yet, just thank him here and there. Pray as much as you can. Eventually, when prayer meets faith, at the end of the day, everything converges and you'll go up in life. Trust me. I try.
Yeah, no, but pray. Okay, let's go back. Kana, what question didn't we do? We did the international one.
Yeah. The CAA one, the SAA I meant to say.
Yes. What was SAA?
I don't know. I'll just say I don't know.
You don't know, ne? What are union buildings?
So tell me what
Union Airways. That's why it was very simple.
I didn't know that.
And I told you the answer is there in the thing. South African Airways.
I won't lie. I was translating it in Afrikaans because I think I've seen one of SAA's thingy
in Afrikaans.
Yeah, back in the days where it was written in Afrikaans. So I was just gonna translate that.
Manja, what is it in Afrikaans?
You see, now you want me to khachas and I can't.
Tell us in Afrikaans, but we don't know Afrikaans. Some of us.
Let's focus.
Okay. So yeah. The questions, we are done with the questions. Just,
how did I
little nyana questions. I'm really concerned. Or when you are there on the flight and you are, hey, I feel like I wouldn't be on that flight. But guys, trust. Don't worry. Prayer. He said prayer.
Yes.
So maybe when I've prayed before going on the flight, then I'll be fine. Yeah. But I feel like I'll take a take there because you don't know. Also, and the SAA is one of the biggest, ne?
What? SAA?
Yeah, it's the biggest kind of king. In y'all's terms. Not really.
I don't wanna say yes because I mean right now it's fluctuating, it's up and down, understand? So but back in the days absolutely it was one of the largest, exactly. It was the biggest as well. So I don't wanna mention names like no, this one is big.
It's
so,
big, yeah. Okay.
I mean it's a wave eventually.
No worries.
If you can ask me about Emirates and Story, yes, there I can tell you, yeah, those are the
big ones.
Yeah, those are the big boys there, yes.
Okay. Emirates.
Yeah, Emirates, Qatar, and Story, yeah, those are the big
ones. Okay. So Vela obviously Pella, you didn't just wake up worry. Pilots, aviation, here I am. Pella, hey, you
yes,
were a little Ntwana.
Yes.
High school, What was going on there? Because
for me to get to the idea of being a pilot,
for you to be, okay, in high school, let's talk about grade 10, choosing subjects,
yes.
and also that experience, and also your initial interests. Were you always into aviation, or you wanted to do something else, Marish? On that, and then you were like, you know what, let me just try aviation, or it was just aviation vele in the first place. And how choose these subjects? What were you thinking when choosing your subjects?
To be honest with you, I know this might come as a shock, but deep down in my heart, before I branched to being a pilot, the one thing I wanted to do with all my heart was to be an astronaut. I work for NASA. That's the problem.
When you just saw yourself there, up there.
Exactly. I saw myself in the sky. That's the thing. I was too fascinated by the sky as well. And what happens outside. So I really wanted to be an astronaut.
And then what happened?
As time went by, I started doing research and seeing it was not going to be one of the easiest journeys and story, and when I read this other article, I forgot what was the name of that article written, but what low-key it said is that if you wanted to be an astronaut, you have to go via, understand, until you get there. You could be a pilot.
It's a long way.
Yeah, it's a long way. And also, they don't just select people like, oh, sharp, come this way, It's a serious process to get there.
Get into
exactly.
It.
There's a lot of training, and also the requirements they are. See, that's where they need the 95, 98 thing is maths and physics and story, understand? They are very no joke there. They are going to state it the way.
So when you just thought, astronaut, just see myself more like Mars, Venus. So how is that natural science? You're thinking, I want to touch it.
You see, when we got to natural science, when we got to that part about the solar system and story, and it fascinated me each and every time. I was like, this is what I really want to do. I want to go see other planets. I thought it was that simple as well. I was like, go to other planets, land in the moon, nice life problems. You come back later. And as you grow, you started to understanding that it's not really like that, but I really did want to go to space. Even now, if someone would approach me, like, listen, I have this organization, or come work for NASA, I will take you to space. I'm there.
Don't you read of stories where Mang didn't make it into space?
But it's all the same. You can go buy a car now there by the dealership. At the same time after leaving the dealership. So,
but you can't compare car and more space. Space
you
astronaut.
Can't risk it all at the end of the day. You have to risk. If you don't take the risk, there's no reward at the end of the day.
And it's in a mass poopers, guys.
No,
it's I am really worried. People are pooping to be in space.
Space is one of the greatest, really. I wanted to be in space.
Do you know anyone who was close to you who got into?
It's the same as being a pilot as well. Who a person is in aviation. I didn't know anyone.
So what?
Until I was friends with one of my friends, Tapelo. His mom was, I think, well, she still does work there at Grand Central. She's the general manager and CEO, if I'm not mistaken, of Grand Central. So when schools would close, she would take us there to Grand Central to go see the small thingy. That's where I was like, oh, there's also that. Nice. She introduced me to that as well. Nice flight there on a helicopter, enjoying the ride, you understand? And it sparked me as well. I was like, okay, this could actually be the thing. I could go via and enter this spectrum as well. And I fell in love with it. And then she did organize an intro flight with me, for me, with this other school at Grand Central. So that intro flight was one of the greatest flights. And that's when I was like, you know what, most definitely, this is what I want to do.
So she introduced you to the aviation
to being a pilot, to being exactly from...
I think Ubonile would say...
she saw this one.
No ways. Astronaut.
Yeah, that's the thing. I wanted to do that so bad.
So what happened then? Because, okay, now you're introduced to aviation. You have to choose, Hori.
So I had to choose between an astronaut and the other one.
Aviation.
I would say school, and also, my dedication to school as well. I'd say those two low-key affected my decision later on. Exactly. Where in school, they don't really teach you that much, you understand, to that level, you understand. In schools, they're used to someone saying, oh, I want to be an accountant. Oh, I want to be a doctor.
We all wanted to be doctors.
Precisely.
Hey,
exactly. You see, so in schools, so that's the thing. They focus too much on those parts, understand, and grooming those people that are going to be working in offices and stuff. Because even now, it's very hard to go to high school, and when you sit down in the classes, they're listening. They don't really preach much about aviation. Nothing is being taught to students about aviation. It's very tough to understand.
Actually.
So kids, they see this thing over the TV, over Instagram or something like that. Then they're like, oh, exactly, precisely, you understand? Yes.
Exactly.
So that's where they only see that part. They don't necessarily focus on like trying to groom, you understand, us into moving to that direction that we want to. Exactly.
Don't you think they don't know Lebon? They're not exposed to other careers. That's why we too much about them. Because you'll find our parents, generation, the only thing they always think about or what they view as someone who's successful is if muto into engineering,
yes.
the normal,
the normal jobs.
Aviation, auditing, and those other things that we don't know about. Maybe they're not.
Yeah, maybe they're not as but I mean, come on, 2024. You want to tell me
they are old. Maybe the new generation.
Maybe if they can also if our school systems can like
change
exactly can be changed in a way to like try and push us to the direction where we want to go, understand, not where they want us to go to work in the office and story. Like, I mean, because many people, for example, you get people, you understand, that DM me, for example, on Instagram. Oh, hi, I want to do cabin crew and story. I don't know what to do. I don't know where to go, you understand? So it's that thing. I mean, if only, because also another problem that we have that I think we need to address this thing is when schools go to these career expos and they meet different thingies, you understand? I feel like those people that go to those career expos, they need to start telling the truth, you understand, into what actually goes on. Because also when I did my
don't sell us dreams.
Yeah, don't sell us dreams that are not there. Because also when I met these guys, they also I had already known information about being a pilot and story. So every time we'd go to career expos, I went to one direction, which was the aviation school. Because I wanted to go there. The way they sold it, they sold me dreams. Like, no man, you can just come do your PPL. It will take you like plus minus 6 weeks. You're done. Next thing you get your commercial pilot license. Next thing you're working for the airlines. They don't talk about anything about our building. They don't talk about the challenges. They don't tell you about the requirements that the airlines have. And they don't give you all the information and the challenges. They give you all the nice sweet story until you are inside and you are trapped and you're like, Jesus.
I mean, that's why you're here, to give them
exactly
the information.
We must, because it's very tough. It's very tough. I won't lie, especially if you want to go into the aviation industry. One thing about aviation industry is that it's not for the faint-hearted. If you want to get one challenge and you give up, stay away from aviation. That place it's not for the faint-hearted. Even the most simple departments, that thing still requires a lot from you, mentally, physically, and emotionally. You understand? So if you're not strong within those, it's going to be a very tough one for you. It's going to be tough.
You need to know what you're getting yourself into.
Exactly. You need to know what you're getting yourself into, you understand? Because some days you need to understand that some family gatherings, weddings, and story, you may not get to attend those things. You need to start making peace with certain things that, I'm not going to go to this wedding.
Social life.
Exactly. Social life out the window. You create your social life by cutting certain aspects in your life. For example, rest. We need rest in aviation, you understand? So sometimes I won't lie.
Manje le flight le lapile.
No, here's the thing, you understand? So after your duty, so there's...
Wait, before you get there, happy, we are already...
Okay, it's fine. Let's go back to this thing.
Let's go back,
yeah. As I was saying that schools need to be more exposed to, you understand, what other career aspects are there. Introduce them to the school kids as well. Show them what's there as well, you understand? Instead of school kids just finding things out. Because if you can take a look at it as well as many of the students as well, after school, they tell you, no, I want to go do this, go do that. First year, they're in there, they're struggling, they flunk out of school. Exactly. They no longer want to go to school because now they also have this thing quoted to them that, hey, I couldn't do this course, I'm a failure, which means I'm not as good, you understand? So if also they were advanced and introduced to that department, like, listen, here's 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. We can, I feel like also schools, yes, we can blame the education system that it's a bit behind. But I feel like as schools as well, they need to start taking initiative as well. Try approach different businesses that you understand. Like, hey, listen, would you mind sending one of your people to come talk to the students? They understand. Show them that there's this that's existing out there. Show them that there's something like this that exists instead of us treating them one thing. Accountant, engineer, guys. My name, I'm an engineer, guys. I want to be an engineer.
And the thing is, people don't understand what the more we overcrowd a
Yes.
certain thing, that's where we don't get employment.
Precisely. It's the same thing
Like-
as law. Yo, you ask someone, law, guys, that space is congested now. Chances of you,
no one
there's
is gonna
nothing
exactly.
So now you get there, we start blaming the government for unemployment and story, whereas you didn't understand and checked where's the demand. You went there, well, there's already supply. There's too much supply there. What must can happen? What
And
must
there's
the government
nothing
do?
like Kofela we saying really fresh ideas.
Yo,
Kofela, we have fresh
everyone
ideas.
fresh ideas.
We are all young. We are all
young.
active.
Ish,
What's
that's the
so
problem as
special
well.
about you?
Yes. So now you see, now you're making your work extra hard as well.
Exactly.
Like now you need to do something extravagant to stand out from the rest so you can be selected.
Exactly.
Which, imagine, the only person out of 100,000 people that are in the same thing. What are you gonna do that's different from those 100,000?
And those are some of the questions they ask Goma interview.
Precisely. They ask you this
why
question.
are you the best ideal?
Exactly. Yes. They ask you this question. So what are you gonna say? Out of 1,000, why must we take
guys.
you? No, I'm a strong worker. Hey, chief.
Everyone is a strong worker. Everyone is strong, independent.
Exactly,
Everyone has good communication skills.
Precisely.
What's so special?
So what's special about you? So that's where another problem comes in. You know, so I feel like if many people can like start branching out into check other things that's there. Google, man.
Don't limit yourself.
Don't. Google charges less than Instagram.
But not everyone has data. And
no. Understandable. But I mean, we wish. Load shedding, yes. We can.
Or maybe you can visit the library.
Precisely. Yes. You understand? That's another place where you can get. But I feel like software is more pronounced because it's updated information. Because everything, once they print that book, whatever that book information it has, that information is already outdated.
And get other libraries, Bandinality computer. Maybe they'll get there. So, when you didn't speak to us about how you got into your metric, yes. Because you flew. Already we are talking.
Yeah, there was because
he's flying. He's already guys, he's always flying.
My metric is choosing subjects as well. Because I knew already that I wanted to join into.
Oh, you knew already?
Yeah, I knew already. I knew from like primary school. By the time going up, I already knew that okay, cool.
Actually, wow to you, because a lot of us go primary. We want to be doctors, we want to be lawyers, we want to be policewomen, policemen, detective. And when we get to high school,
things change. Hey, it's showing flames. It's showing flames, not for the
you change. Now you're like, no, I don't know. That's where I think the confusion starts.
Yes.
I don't know what I want to do actually.
Yes.
So big ups to you for you maintained your interests.
Absolutely, yes.
So you're choosing subjects. What's going on?
So choosing subjects is so
yes.
I think I remember because I made a mistake. I think it was like term 2, which my marks dropped so bad in maths. You understand? So now I was stressing them like, Joe, I need to do something. And now they're telling you there at school that, guys, if you wanna choose maths, pure maths, you need like something above average of 60% and above.
Yeah.
Now I'm there sitting, looking at my average. It's not
going.
And I'm like, yes, I know I'm going. Now I'm thinking maths lit as a pilot, it's not gonna happen. And it's because also that's why I thought you needed maths, physics, and
yeah.
So now I'm there worried. I pushed myself, Every after school I go to certain teachers there Matala side. When my friends would go that other side, I'm like, hey gents, I'm coming back,
Oh, you are those type of people who lie. Guys, don't be like him.
It's not there.
No. There's nothing wrong with telling your friends, I'm going for maths extra lessons. What if Libon have their
high school when? High school.
It starts with you guys.
High school is something else, man.
So Luna Libuela Maka.
No,
everybody.
No, it's not like that. It's not like that. The thing is, some days, like as a person, you get shy in certain things, understand? Where also you look at your friends and they goals that they want to get, you understand? They're quite different from yours. And now you start hearing them, their mind is already made up. No, I'm going to mass lead tourism and this and this. They're sitting comfortably there by the 40s or 50s. They telling you need 60.
Maybe you need to change your friends.
And the friends I have now, most definitely, as we'll talk about the friendship part later on.
No stress.
But so now getting there, now I check them like, now I need to start approaching teachers here and there. When I get home, I need to put extra work, which I did. Luckily, thank God, everything worked out accordingly. Because now I had to also try make a plea to the school that, okay, I'll take pure maths, but let's use my results at the end of the year. Which, I made sure that I get above 60% average. So that's when I was able to get. So now my biggest challenge actually was choosing life sciences and other subjects as well. Because I was like, life sciences. Because according to those things on the internet as well as they tell you, they speak nothing about life sciences. You understand?
You mean the requirements aviation?
Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
So they
yeah.
talk nothing about life
Life
sciences.
science.
So I'm there, I'm thinking life sciences. Ish. Also, by then I didn't know what life sciences was.
It's all
Me,
about
I'm thinking, you're studying about the body. Me, I'm like,
Way.
it's none of my business. You understand?
Yeah.
So that was the thing as well. So I didn't know if I should choose between a single subject in commerce or just take all sciences. But also, looking into commerces, I didn't like
You
commerces.
didn't like
No, I
it.
didn't
Yeah.
like them. It came to a point where I remember this teacher, her name was Miss Hove. Yo, she even gave up literally because
She knew
when doing EMS, there's that accounting part, CRJ and story. Literally me
Cash journal.
exactly. Me, I'd write my theory part of that exam.
Business. So why didn't you take business then instead of?
Good question. Because I'm out here now.
Stress fella.
Exactly, but
because you still need business, even if vele you won't, but you kind of need it a bit.
But I think I did a great choice by taking life sciences.
Oh, okay.
Because now when I got into aviation and doing those subjects in aviation, life sciences still it still plays a part in this subject they call human performance. So me knowing life sciences made my work very easy. It was I was very glad and happy that I chose sciences instead of adding a small commerce there.
But it makes sense because health is everywhere.
Precisely, yes. Health is everywhere. So whatever that happens, you need to know. Exactly. You know, even with us, you're working there in aviation as a cabin crew. Wherever you're working, you might meet a passenger there, collapses. Now you need to start checking what's happening, what must can happen. So it does play a huge role, really. Because I know also, you get those people. Yeah, but I'm not using algebra anyway. To tell me when my life am I using algebra. I feel like that part goes with instilling, like helping you in thinking faster. You understand? I feel like algebra was for you to think faster. Because I mean, you get in an exam, how once you saw that
to teach you technical
to teach you like how to problem solve. You see, like simultaneous equations, I hated that thing until they taught me, and I was like mastering it. And now I was the king of it.
Butterfly also.
See now,
you are the master.
I'll operate that thing, chief.
So okay, you chose your subjects and and then come metric. What's going on?
Hey, I feel like metric, I won't lie, metric was one of my hardest years in my school history.
Academically,
academically, it was going down. And I was going, I was not good. Where also the marks I finished with, they were not good. Extremely below average. But one thing I told myself is that, okay, cool. I asked myself first question after seeing my certificate as well. I'm like, okay, what's next? I tried upgrading.
You can't do that. Some people are upgrading and it helped.
Yeah, some it helped them.
What went wrong?
I don't know what went wrong there. I don't know what went wrong. But as I said, hey, life happens, man. Life takes its own direction. Understand it? It has its own curve and way of operating. So for me, it didn't work for me. Upgrading my marks didn't work for me.
In metric,
low-key, I still have that thing that I do get that idea here and there once in a while that should I go and
back and upgrade?
Exactly. Try fix.
Do you still need your metric results?
Not necessarily. But I mean, I feel like I just have that thing that I feel like it will maybe like boost me a bit.
But maybe because now you have
exactly.
So maybe you will.
But I'll see. But majority of the things, I don't think I really want to go back to that part. Understand? Because I mean, I want to move forward with whatever I have.
It's fine.
Exactly. I've already created a name for myself, and I push myself towards the limits as well. So I push as much as I can.
Of course.
So yeah.
So okay, now let's talk about the aviation. We want to know, how do you get into aviation? The school you got into, because you went to university for it or college? You didn't go into it?
No, aviation schools, like in aviation, that thing has its school on its own.
Okay.
So you can't really go to university on that thing has a school on its own.
On its own, okay.
If you want to be a cabin crew, you go to a school that teaches you how to be a cabin crew. If you want to be a pilot, you go to a school that teaches you how to be a pilot, you understand, and get your licenses.
So is it the same? How long is the program? Aviation school?
In aviation, first things first, you need to have a medical. There's something we call a medical, which each license has its own requirements. If you're doing your commercial pilot license, you understand those guys that fly airlines and storing. Your commercial pilot license, you need to have a class 1 medical, which you have to renew every
Is that
year.
a certificate?
In a way, because they're checking if you are mentally fit, physically fit.
Oh,
So
okay,
they
I
check
get
those
you.
things. You understand? They check your eyesight as well. So those are the things they check.
Medically fit.
Yes, medically fit.
Okay.
Yes, that's what we call a medical certificate. So if you get that medical certificate, then you can do what you want to do in aviation. And also you can get it now and then as time goes. It's a sad thing where I've seen a story on Twitter where
corruption.
No.
Oh.
Where the student did everything, until they finished their comm and story, only for them that when they go renew their license, their medical license, they feel that medical thing, they can't.
They're not medically fit.
Exactly, so they can't fly anymore. So that's another.
So that means, Huri, even though you found your passion and stuff like that, along the way, something can happen.
Something can happen.
That's why it's very important to not limit yourself.
Yes, it's very important. And also, aviation has a lot of, here's what I tell people as well, where I'm like, guys, they're like, no, I want to join aviation, but thing is, I have a nursing degree or something like that. And I'm like, you do know that in aviation, we do need nurses. Aviation, one thing I like about aviation, I'll be honest, is that aviation accommodates all other things, what's this thing called?
Career fields
that are there. Because we need doctors there in aviation.
True.
We need an engineer that's going to fix our aircraft as well.
True.
We need an accountant that's going to calculate the revenue that the airline is making. We need, for example, customer care people that are there to welcome the passengers front line. So it accommodates majority of them. Exactly. So you can't really limit yourself in aviation.
So, okay, you're in the aviation school. How long is the aviation program?
So,
how do you get to? Give us just a brief.
So it has stages. Okay, well, so there's stages to it. So when you're starting, you're gonna get, for example, to be a pilot, when you start, you wanna get your student pilot license, which is some small exam you have to do with whatever school you're going to. And then when you pass that, you get your student pilot license. You apply with SACAA, South African Civil Aviation Authority, the governing body. So that they'll issue you your thingy after also producing your medical certificate. And then you get to choose if you want to be part-time or full-time. I had to be part-time because I'm paying for myself and I didn't have any bursary. So I'm working and studying at the same time.
Oh, okay. Makes sense.
So as a part-time student, it is very tough as a part-time student because you have everything going on your side. You have work and story, and after work,
can't manage.
Exactly. Now you need it. Like if you're gonna, what I tell people is that if you wanna join aviation and then work, you're gonna need one hell of a discipline because now you come back so exhausted. Some days you don't even want to look at that textbook. But now you sit there, you know that you need to pass this, you need to do this. Because one smart thing that the CAA did is that once you start your exam, when you write your first exam of any subject that you choose, you have 18 months to finish the rest of the 7 subjects. If you don't finish all the exams within 18 months, they all lapse. Start all over again. That's the thing. So now you see, wasting money.
And I'm sure it's expensive.
It's expensive. Mine nearly lapsed. I wrote my last exam. Literally, if I had failed that exam that day, then the following week, my thingy, I think it was 4 days after that exam I wrote, my exams were supposed to lapse. So if I had failed that day, I was in trouble.
You were not gonna get your PPL.
Literally, because I have to start all over again with the subjects as well. Start studying again.
These days, everything is a business plan.
Standard, So with CA, they're very strict there. So anyway, as I was saying, that you can choose to be a full-time or part-time. I started with some that were full-time and I was part-time. We started literally the same day. They got their PPL way earlier than mine.
Way earlier,
and also in aviation, as a pilot as well, what I want to also teach people that are there doing their PPL or something, hey, don't compare your school journey with other people.
Yes.
Because you may know how to fly, they may not know how to fly, so they keep on going back in exercises, you understand? So don't compare yourself. No, same day, we should get this on the same time.
Yeah,
it might take you longer because you don't grasp information that quick compared to Moronga, you understand?
So with this PPL thing, you need to have both practical and theoretical knowledge.
So you need to pass all 8 exams in 18 months. Then you need to, your radio license, yes. And then you need to do theory, which you need to do minimum hours you can do to get your PPL is 45 hours minimum.
45?
45 hours as per the law.
It's little.
Yeah, you don't necessarily need that much. That's why I'm saying it's a minimum. You cannot finish less than 45 hours.
Oh,
You
okay,
cannot.
okay.
So it is a
You
regulation.
can go above.
Yes, you can go above, but you can't go below.
So how do you start connecting for flyer? What do you need?
So obviously you're gonna have to have your medical certificate, as I said. You're gonna need to have your student pilot license before you get your PPL. You're gonna need to have your student pilot license with you when you're flying, and also you're gonna have your instructor there. That's gonna be there. So you're gonna push, and I'm not sure what exercise circuits are. I forgot. I think it's exercise 13 years, 12 and 13. We call it circuits, where you just take off, you go around, touch down again, same thing all over again. So that's what we call circuits.
I was heard about next.
No. Obviously, your instructor is there to guide you and help
to guide
you understand.
Okay.
So they're there to guide you, and then up until you do until your instructor sees that, okay, cool,
this one is,
you are competent.
Yeah, it's good. Yeah.
Then they let you go solo. Then you do
solo.
One. Yeah.
Only one.
Only one.
So you can just only one. You guys are testing God, Yo.
Yeah, you go alone in that very old.
And how was the experience?
Hey, for me, it's scary. I won't lie. Because also on my first solo, I didn't go around as well.
Marwan, I'm not surprised. I'm curious if you want to be in space.
So with my first one, it was quite scary. Where coming in for landing, that's the thing about aviation, about being a pilot. Once you commit to something,
you have to
commit.
Sure.
Don't overthink. And also, if you're not sure about something, go around. No questions asked. Go around. Go come back and try again. Because now you're gonna start overthinking things and you start making mistakes. You force a landing, you damage the aircraft, and also you might die as well in the process. So that's the one thing they teach us as well in schools, that if you're flying solo, even if you're not flying solo, whatever you're doing, if you don't feel all right, and when you're coming into land, for example, if it doesn't feel all right, go around, try again. Because chances of you making a mistake,
go again, even if you are not feeling fine.
So here's the thing. So now let's say now you're just about to land.
Yeah.
Maybe you mess up something, you overland.
Go around with
and
the
then
thing.
You take off again, you go around again in your circuit, and then you come back and land again. Yeah, no, it's quite scary. But it's not bad, man. It's not bad as you make it seem. It is quite fun, actually.
When I tell you like being in space.
No, listen.
Why don't you just want to see yourself there?
That's the thing is also, if you could sit inside the cockpit and see what goes on there, you'd be so mind blown and fascinated.
How do you know how many times, like maximum, do you guys fly with the instructor to make sure, hooray?
Yeah, as I said, that it goes by exercises, you understand? So there's theory, and then we have exercises where you sit in a briefing room, they teach you. So for this next lesson,
theory, you're not flying.
No. You start by sitting in class first. They teach you for the next exercise coming, that for the next exercise we're gonna be doing stalling.
This.
So you're gonna go, and then you learn. They teach you how to operate stalling, and then your next exercise, when you're going to fly, wherever you guys going, you're gonna practice what you learned in class. You stall the aircraft. If you're gonna be spinning, you spin the aircraft. Exactly. You understand? So
last spin, I got the aeroplane.
That's why it gets majority of the people. Once that aircraft starts going to a spiral dive, that's another problem. So they teach you these things in class before you go do them. And then when you go with an instructor, then they check if are you competent for this exercise. If you're not competent, the next exercise again, if you're flying, you're redoing exact same thing that you guys did, understand? But if you are competent, you're moving on to the next level. Yeah, it's hectic, really. It's quite hectic. It's not that bad, though. It's not that bad.
Because maybe you are experienced now.
Something like that.
Hey.
Something like that.
Yes, like you guys like testing God.
He said
you guys like testing.
You must test. You must see. In life,
you only live once. Is that your mindset?
Yeah, you only live once. You go and you do the thing. You only live once at the end of the day. So you gotta make a decision that will assist you to push forward. Yeah.
And what's the challenges you guys face when you're
flying?
Yeah.
So as a student, the challenge is you're flying. I mean, you're doing this for the first time. So, and some days you
no experience.
Exactly, no experience. So you get there, you don't necessarily know what you're doing. So you understand. But obviously, when you get there, your instructor first demonstrates to you, and then you do it as well. So one stress I would say is that when you're flying and then you're doing that certain exercise, hey, if you know it didn't go well within your head, now that thing starts messing up with your head as well. Now you start thinking, yo, hey, flight you know, now exactly. So now you start going off your mind now because now you're overthinking things, thinking that you fail. Because hey guys, an hour.
Oh, Shem, bali tester even when you are practicing.
Yeah, when you're practicing as well, you do get tested as well. For example, as I said, if you're gonna go solo, for example, when they send you on your first solo, you will fly with a grade 2. They check if you fit enough, then they send you solo. You do that one flight, and then next thing, if you're gonna go to the general flying area alone, same thing. They test you to see if all those exercises you've learned, you can do those things. In case if maybe the aircraft stall, you can recover from a stall. You understand? So they test you in all those things. Understand? So they test you before they send you out solo. You don't just go solo. They test to see if you're competent enough to come back alive.
I don't think I want to do aviation.
No, man. You should join, man.
And then, how's your schedule? Like when you're flying, going to other countries?
Also, when I'm at work.
Yeah, when you're at work. A day in the life of a pilot.
Cabin crew.
Yeah, okay. Or a cabin crew.
Well, because I'm still studying as a pilot and, you know.
Oh, you're still studying to become?
Yeah, to fly those big airlines. I just got my first license, the PPL. So for now, what I do with the airline I'm working for, I'm a cabin crew.
You want to fly the big ones?
Yeah, that's the thing. I want to fly the big ones.
Let's take the small ones.
Hi, Chief. What am I doing with the small aircrafts there? I want to.
When are you really want to test?
Have you seen a Boeing 777 or an
I've never seen.
Those things are massive. Those things are fascinating. You understand? So, as I said, life as a cabin crew. Hey, yeah, no, that one is.
What time do you wake up? How do you?
Okay.
Like, just give us a brief, busy schedule.
So we get published a roster every month. You have a roster, which then you're not gonna start at 5 every day. You're not gonna start at 10 every day. You understand? Some days you might have an early morning where you start maybe around like 5, and then let's say you go to Cape Town, you come back, we are done for the day. You knocked off. Now you go home. You have the rest of the day to yourself. You can go and sleep in Windhoek, for example, in Namibia. When you come back the next morning, we are done. You land here around like.
And 8, do you pay for yourself? Or they pay for you?
The airline covers everything.
Soft life. Room service,
no. You
limit. I'm sure they know, right?
There you have to pay for yourself. There you have to pay for yourself.
Oh, room service you pay for yourself?
Yeah, room service you pay for. It's on you. Room service, but there's something called S&T. So that money, obviously, there's a certain. If you're sleeping outside of the country, there's a certain amount of money they're gonna give you.
Okay, allowance.
So, allowance, yes. Okay. So night stop allowance, for example. So we can say at least, but some places are expensive.
Yeah.
So, and also the currency we use in other places is a bit different. So for example, if I go to Zim today, I sleep in Zim. Hey, Chief, they do dollars there.
It's giving Zimbabwe.
So so we're doing dollars there, so it's gonna be quite
expensive,
hefty and pricey compared to the money they're gonna be paying me month end. Understand? So
they are avanti from your your salary and stuff. Oh, okay, at least. But at least balazama. Because I'm sure accommodation and all those things.
Yeah, everything
is paid off.
It's paid off.
Okay.
They make sure, because you're going to a different country and the airline has to make sure that you are safe. You have a place to sleep because you're away from base at the end of the day. So they gotta make sure that you're safe wherever you are.
Yeah.
You have a proper bed that you're sleeping in instead of those.
And then you guys come here on TikTok, be shooting videos later. Yeah.
But it's the life. Have you seen cabin crew and pilots walking at the airport?
I've seen them.
Exactly. It's quite something.
Yeah, it's like Sabawell.
Exactly. You see when you see especially like those big airlines, when they walk, people make way. Yeah. Because you can feel the aura that's there that the people are there. They here, you understand? So it's part of the thing.
You guys are flying. You're flying us.
Precisely.
So how many countries have you been to since starting?
Since starting flying, because I started in different departments there. So since starting to fly, I've been in Madagascar, I've been Mozambique, Zambia, Nairobi, Angola, DRC, Namibia Standard, Zim, Botswana, Tanzania as well. I think I think I think I've mentioned yes, majority
Yeah.
of the places. Yes, it's quite nice.
Yeah, it's nice, Vela, because you guys are traveling again.
Yes.
Yeah, it's nice.
Something like that.
Yeah, you are traveling. That's the nice part about it.
Yeah, that's the nice part about
Traveling.
it, that you're traveling. Ish. The other part, I mean, ish, learn all that as a person.
Kana king, or I'm not sure if it's the same thing. You know, on TikTok, when I was going through my own things and stuff, I would see, go like, I'm not sure if it's the school where you'd see like maybe ki flight attendant or something like that. They would show like bona ba bula mnyako or a flight in closing. Do you guys have to know how to swim? Aye. Why are you laughing?
Because in a way, you do need to know how to swim. But I mean, there's people that can't swim, you understand? There's basic requirements that you need to have, you understand?
Yeah.
So first things first, when you get in water, you don your life jacket, you understand? So it's going to keep you afloat.
Aye.
That's
Whether there's a life jacket, some of us, we are scared of it.
I understand you're scared and story, but I mean, when you're dealing with water, first things first, you need to be calm.
Yeah.
So your life jacket is there to protect you to float, you understand? So also when we doing the swimming and storing, so they check if you can climb into a life raft. They check if you can get in safely, and because that's one thing. Because I mean, if the plane crashes in the ocean, you're gonna deploy that whole thing, get in the life raft, assist passengers to get there as well.
Assist passengers. Well, I'm stressing now myself. Assist
who? So that's why they train you, so that you can.
I don't think even if they train me, I would still be.
Well, I mean, obviously.
But yeah, I understand. You need to be
get
trained,
those ones. You understand? I mean, also you can be as trained as possible, but now when something comes along, you can be in shock where now you can't really necessarily operate
help
those,
anyone.
You understand? And then you find a passenger that's gonna be there that will assist and push. You understand? So that's the thing. I mean, but you are trained to overcome that shock and assist wherever you can as well, because you are trained to do those things. Fires on board, you are trained for that as well. So
have you crashed a plane before?
No,
you haven't.
Hey,
Hopefully not.
I nearly did. I nearly had my own accident. I won't lie. I nearly did.
And then what happened?
So there's this. Because I fly out of Rand Airport, so there's this runway 35. So there at the end of the runway, there's a golf course next door. You understand? So there's trees that are literally there. So now as I was coming into land, I made a biggest mistake that they teach us not to do, which is when you're landing, your eyes. No, man. As I mean, you get caught some days with the flying, understand, and you get stressed out in the because I mean, you're flying alone as well. You're not as confident enough as well. So I did one of the greatest mistakes which they teach us not to do, which was when you're coming into land, your eyes must be outside, not inside the cockpit. So
outside, not inside the what?
Yeah, not inside the aeroplane. Your eyes must be outside.
Okay.
Because now you must look at the runway as well. You must see which so that you can
where
start
landing.
exactly, so you can control the aircraft properly. So my biggest mistake was that coming into land nicely, nice circuit, great circuit. Now as I was floating over the runway, just about to touch down, I don't know what came into my mind. And
you were looking inside, Angir.
I looked inside. I looked at the airspeed.
No,
I was looking at the airspeed for some reason coming in. So now when I looked at the airspeed was close to the stalling speed. Understand? Now in my brain, it didn't register to me that at that moment that you are landing. So now I'm thinking, oh no, the aircraft is gonna stall. I'm still flying, so I'm gonna crash the aircraft. Now I start panicking. By the time I lifted my head up, I was already off the runway. I was floating over the grass. And now I'm trying to fight the aircraft not to touch the grass. And the runway, I'm getting close to the trees now, Now I'm starting to apply power. I'm trying to go around. The aircraft is not climbing. It's not doing anything. It's literally straight and level. I'm trying with all the force I had. I couldn't. Thank God for some reason, a spark came into my mind to trim the aircraft out of way. You understand? Then I trim it out. The aircraft started pitching up. Luckily, and then I went over. Well, I went a different direction from those trees, started climbing and went back again. Which, hey, that was
that's why you guys are trying. You are testing.
That was a stressful moment. And guess what? That's the problem. That's the problem. And I had to go to work after that as well. Imagine having to go to work. I'm still shaking up on what happened.
So there's no counseling?
Hey, but who you going to? You know what's the thing is that you get there. I'm not gonna tell that, hey guys, because now if
you almost crashed.
Yeah, I can't tell them that, hey guys, I almost crashed, because now also they're gonna offload me from the flight. So, and I mean, at that time, I was still new into the flying, you understand? So, I
okay,
had that
makes
thing that,
sense.
okay, I can't, I'm scared.
You can't tell
yeah,
them.
exactly. So, I was scared. I didn't think it was something that I should
Deep,
report.
yeah.
But now, if such something of such nature, if it would happen again, literally, I'll tell them that,
You tell
guys, I am
them.
not fit enough to fly. This is what happened. I think I need some time off. Then they should
Anke
grant.
go rata dilo.
Hey, Shwena,
Eh.
roast me, please.
So what would you tell someone who wants to get into aviation and they don't know anything about it? What are some of the advices you would tell them, or tips maybe to give
Do
them?
research.
Phela ankere, when you say do research, you might find hore I'm looking for the school that you went to, but you know these scams around.
Yeah, no, true. And as students, we all have different experiences in all these schools, understand? Where I might be happy with the school I'm at, someone else that was there is not happy with that school,
Yeah,
understand? So that's why I'm saying do research.
do
Try
research.
find people that are within that school, understand? Go to that school. And also my advice is that also when you're going to these schools, the aviation schools, hey, go there as if like you're going to a dealership. Don't sell yourself to them. Let them sell themselves to you. Because now there's some schools that have like literally 3 aircrafts. They have like 98 students. So you see now
you're not special.
Exactly. So you're cutting yourself short. Now when you're trying to make a booking for your flight, it is going to be a hassle for you to get a slot. You understand? So that's why I'm saying that go there, let them sell themselves to you. Listen to what they have to offer. Go to a different school, and also, hey, aviation schools are expensive. They're expensive. Truly, they're expensive.
So you need to make sure you will be able to fund.
Exactly. So my best, because also another issue that we're facing in aviation is, hey, there's lack of bursaries there. There is extreme scarcity of bursaries there. You know, so
I mean, if there's no exposure, how will they be?
That's the thing, exactly. So it's very tough there. There's no thing. So for people who are still in school, my best advice to them is that try your best to get above level 5 in maths, physics, and English.
Okay.
Try as much as you can. I know it's not ideal and story, you know, because I feel like if I knew that, I would have also did my utmost best to, you know, get above that. So whoever is still in school, I would say, please, by all means, try as much as you can to get above level 5 in maths, physics, and English, so that you can be easy. It will be easier for you to apply for a bursary. For example, the civil aviation bursary, because they require level 5 and above. So it would make things simple for you. And then for those right now that are done with school and are also not employed, I'm not sure on the time.
There's also unemployment issues for aviation.
No, I'm saying like those who are like done with like matric and don't have, you understand? So for those that are waiting to, for example, if they're waiting for funds and story, because I get people also that DM me and tell me, no, I went to this bank didn't want to give me this.
The sponsorship.
Me, exactly. So with the bank that I went to, I'm gonna say it's Standard Bank. I went to Standard Bank. That is by far the only bank in SA that I know that covers anything that's aviation related.
Okay.
Because I did go to other banks, they all said no.
They all said no.
It seemed to them when I told them, they're like, "Wahlanya, this one is crazy." You understand?
Maybe they were not really.
So they knew about those things, because I mean, majority of the owners of those banks, they have private jets as well. You understand? So they know about aviation. So the only bank that was able to help me was Standard Bank. Standard Bank, those people, they help a lot. So try Standard Bank. If you can't find anything somewhere, they could be able to assist you with a student loan. But obviously, they also want to check the credit records and story. That's the things they check. But Standard Bank is the place to go if you need help with joining into aviation.
What specific specialization? Aviation, I'm sure there's a lot of things that people can specialize into. Which one would you recommend for people?
Specialization.
Like, you know, like go nursing and stuff. When they can do different types of nursing, like ICU, I'm sure you guys have it. Like, you don't?
Not necessarily. It's not necessarily like that. But I mean,
it's just pilot.
There's different branches of, you understand? So for example, if you want to work for check-in, that falls under customer, I think it's going to be customer service as a passenger handling agent, understand? So if you want to branch into that, you can go into that department. If you want to go to like selling tickets and story, go to like ticketing. If you want to go
to tickets.
Yeah, that's exactly, because
I'm sure you don't need requirements for that, most.
hey, you know,
I want to go and sell
I
tickets.
don't want to lie to you. I'm not sure. I don't know. But now there's such things. If you want to get into marketing, there is marketing groups for airlines. Because I mean, who puts those ads up? You understand? It's the marketing team. If you want to
okay. Now
exactly.
I get what you're saying.
If you want to be a pilot, go be a pilot as well. If you want to be a cabin crew is there as well.
What's the difference between pilot and
cabin crew? The cabin crew deals with passengers at the back. A pilot flies in front.
Yes. Oh, when are you dealing with the passengers?
So I'm dealing with both.
Okay, you flying
I fly Matala side at school. I fly on my own things. That's what I'm trying to build my career
up
to, so I can be a pilot. But for now, I'm still dealing with I'm still dealing with passengers there at the back as well. Yes.
And how is it dealing with different people?
It's well, so with the airline I'm working for, I started as a passenger handling agent, doing check-in, arriving flights, and story. So then,
Killing announcement.
Oh, okay. It's not us. No, it's not us. Those are no.
Okay.
So with that, we experienced passengers, because now that I've been in that department and now I'm a cabin crew as well, I can compare the two. You meet you meet the same person but different perspective. Because I can meet you now at check-in. You can be one rude person, and then when you get on board, you're the sweetest person, very kind, very quiet. Because I feel like also with passengers as well is that they don't really respect. You understand? There's different things that they don't respect as well. So that's the problem. So as a cabin crew, you meet different types of people every day, and they all have
different things.
So it's quite fascinating. Some days you meet people from like different countries. There's some nationalities that will push your buttons and be like, oh, I hate this nationality. Because you meet majority of them and you think they're all the same. They're all different, but some they pose the same characteristics. I can't say which nationality, but
I know.
They too much. Those ones, but what can we say? We meet different people every day. They all have different qualities.
Man.
You meet some that speak French. I want to learn French because of one of the routes that we do to Lubumbashi. They speak French, majority of those people. So I try as much as I can. Also with Zim, I had to learn a bit of like
French.
Zim as well.
Oh, Zim, yeah.
So I can like interact with passengers
them
in their own language as well, because that's how better I used to do that I think the flights there. So it's quite fascinating some days, because also it helps a lot with your job as well, because you meet some passengers that can't speak English fluently. So now when you try like talk in their language, it helps as well. It builds a great customer reputation service as well. Yes, exactly.
So now you said your plans are a pilot.
Yes, to fly for the airlines. Yes, as a pilot.
Is that that's the only thing you're looking into? You have other interests aside from aviation?
Well, with the small business that I have on the side, that's what I'm busy.
You're currently doing.
And also I'm trying to branch into like different aspects as well, because in today's age you can't really rely on one salary. You can't. The level of living lately is a bit tough. So you need different types of income as well, so that you don't, because you see, for example, Stain City, that place is beautiful.
It requires a lot of money.
You can't live there whole a month and you need money like almost every week. You understand? So that's the type of thing that we want as well. We want financial freedom. That's one thing I'm chasing after, not just to have money in J, but financial freedom, to be honest.
That's great. Thank you for coming, Nick.
Thank you very much.
Yeah,
it was a long drive here. Yes, drove 6 years. 4 hours.
I think you're always flying. How are you complaining?
But this one was brutal.
You fly? How many hours do you fly?
Ne?
How many hours?
It depends, like 4 hours.
Yeah, you'll get used to it.
You see when I saw that board saying Lancera showing that side, I'm still passing.
No Tsa-Sgela airport.
I never.
You'll get used to it. Don't worry.
I never.
So, guys, we are done. And just remember, guys, like, comment, subscribe. We are on the road to 700 subscribers. Nice. Guys, join us and learn a lot from, from different people that we bring here every week. And do you have social media pages?
Yes.
You have?
Yes.
Okay, we'll put them in the description box. Right. Or if maybe they still want to ask you questions and stuff like that, please do contact him and make sure you get the information that you want. And he mentioned you need to research and get.
Yeah.
So make sure, guys, travel. Let's go. Hey, catching Don't catch feelings, catch flights.
Bahlupha.
This is your opportunity to travel the world.
Yeah,
Understand? So we'll catch you guys next week. And if you want to come and join us, you can just write to us. Go Tsa-Sgela1@gmail.com. Just make sure you like, comment, and subscribe, and you watch from the start until the end so that you can get the full insights of what we are talking about. See you guys next week.
Goodbye.
Bye.